y'all. It's 8-8. New beginnings. So I'm waiting for a few more people to come on. Tell someone to come on this live.
You have walked in offense long enough. Pick up your bed and walk. Not no more sin.
We're about to get started in a few. So
Pick up your bed and walk.
tell someone to come on. Let's go. Let's level up.
So we speak to every dead place.
We're about to start.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, and come forth. You've been sleeping long enough. Wake up. Everything you need is in the palm of your hand. He said everything you desire, I lay it at your feet.
About to get started in a
Wake
few.
up, wake up, wake up, wake up, says the Lord.
Let's go, y'all.
He said, I heard your cry. He said, I heard your plea. So wake up. He said, I hear you, I hear you. So wake up. That's it. Just wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Hey, y'all. It is 8/8/2022. I usually come on 8/22. So every 22nd of the month, I usually come on. But I got a memory last year that I went live on August 8/8. And I was like, man, I definitely got to come on live today. Because today is the day of new beginnings. You know, welcome your new beginnings. Your new beginnings is here. This is a day for alignment, being that August is the month of new beginnings and alignment. And what perfect way to come on live today with you guys on 8/8, you know, double, 8 signify, and it's very significant with new beginnings and alignment. And I just wanted to come on here just really quick, not too long, but just to come on here and talk to someone about healing and strength. You know, a lot of times we usually walk in a fence, not knowingly and unknowingly, we usually walk in a fence. But I usually tell my mentees, or I tell people connected to me that, you know, sometimes we do get our feelings and so forth, but you can't walk in a fence, because a fence is stopping you and blocking you from growing. You can't operate in offensive mode or offensive spirit, or just walking around offended. You have to let go of that. You have to let loose and set free from being offended from certain things. You could be offended by a person, a place, or a thing. You could be offended by different things, but you can't grow if you're walking with offense. If you're being offensive, you have to be able to be open to constructive criticism, or somebody, you know, telling you things, guiding you how to grow, or things that you need, that in order for you to go to the next level. You can't go to the next level if you're not open to receive, if you're not open to listen. You may have and it's a difference. You may have a coach, you may have an accountability partner, you may have an advisor, you may have a mentor, you may have somebody, a leader, somebody in your ear, a teacher, or somebody that's probably been trying to help you go to the next level. But if you operate and moving with offense, you're not able to receive from them. You're not able to partake of what they're given, because they're giving orders to you. That way you can be able to flow. That way you could be able to go to the next level. But if you're operating in offense, you can't go to the next level. And with that comes with healing and strength. And with that comes with another thing I like to say: you always have to be a student. You always have to be a student. You never want to get too big-headed or think you know it all, that you're not open to receive from people. You're not too big. Like, you have to be able to be open to learn new things, open to hear from people. Yes, you may know something, but by you learning from somebody else, they may be teaching you something that you never even heard before. You may be learning something new, or you may be learning an easier route to take. So you always want to be open to learning new things and hearing from different people, and not just thinking you know it all. Or you always want to be a student of a game, because when you get too comfortable and you get to that level where you think you know it all, you won't be able to grow. You'll stay stuck in the same place. And you can't be able to be comfortable, because that puts you in a place of where you're familiar, where you get too comfortable. You can't get too comfortable with yourself. You can't get too comfortable with the people that's helping you go to the next level. You have to be able to go and grow. With that comes going and growing, not walking in the fence, not being in a place of where you think you know it all. You have to learn new methods, new things, that way you could be able to go to the next level. And with today is a day of new beginnings. So when I came on here for somebody to be able to go to the next level, to be able to not just sit there and you're not operating. We literally have 4 more months left in this year, right? And something that we're declaring newness and all things new, and things happening left to right. And a word that I've been saying for the year, which is the word for the year, it's the word for this month, next week, and the next one after that, and for the season, and the word for life is favor. You got to move with favor and faith in order for you to see the things of what's ahead of you, what's in the future. You got to move with faith and favor, because sometimes you may know what you want to do and you may not know what you want to do. You may have a vision, you may not have a vision, but with that faith could help you write the vision down and make it plain. With that favor, some things that you don't even got to pay your money for. You don't even have to reach out to certain people, but God would just send you the favor and the connects, that way you could be able to go to the next level. And this is the time to don't miss your moment. Don't miss your time. Don't miss your season. Don't miss what God has for you, because you want to make sure that you do everything that He has for you. Because if you're not being able to do exactly what He told you to do, or you're not running with the vision, or moving with faith or favor, and you operating in fear, you're not able to do everything that you set for yourself. It's a lot of things that you set for yourself, but if you're moving in a place of fear, and you're getting familiar with yourself, and you're getting too comfortable, you're not able to grow. So every time you look at it, and I was talking to a friend today, and I was telling them, it was like, that old saying, sometimes we get memories for Facebook, and sometimes we get memories from Snapchat, and we do need to be reminded, because in order to be reminded, you have to take a reflection. You got to see who you were back then, right, to who you are now. And sometimes people like to talk about, oh, I had this money in 2017, or I did this, or I was this person, or I was that. Yes, you did that in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. Yeah, you did this and that, but who are you now? You got to ask yourself, what am I doing now? Yes, I accomplished this back then, or I was that person back then, but what are you doing now? Who are your current person? Like, who are you now? What are you doing now? What are you accomplishing now? That's good you did that last month. That's good you did that last year, but what are you doing in your now? That's something I want you to ask yourself. Like, what am I doing in my now? Am I accomplishing my goals in my now? Yes, I did that last season, but what am I doing in my new season? And you got to be able to reflect on who you were, because you came too far to go back now. So the fact that today I even see memories of myself, and I was like, wow, I was this person last year, I was this person 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It's so much growth when I look at myself, and I know I'm talking to someone where you see yourself growing, you see yourself progressing. You're not the person that you used to be. And with that being said, it's just knowing that you got to thank God for growth. You got to thank God for who you are now. You have to thank God for the new beginnings and getting in alignment and staying in position. You have to be able to thank Him, because with that, you won't be who you are today. So you had to go through the process. You had to go through the pain. You had to go through the hurt in order that way you could be able to fulfill your purpose. In order that way you could be able to make the profit. If you didn't go through the test, you wouldn't be able to have a testimony today. You wouldn't be able to have that. So with that, that's just something of just helping you walk into your destiny, helping you walk into your purpose, helping you walk in authority, because you don't want to miss what God has for you. And I just came on here on 8/8, a day of new beginnings, a day of alignment for somebody, just talking about growth, you know, to prepare yourself for these last 4 months in this year 2022. You have to be able to move, you know, be able to not walk in the fence, be able to heal and get your strength, and be able to operate in flow. Operate with a flow in your life. It's just going to be a shift taking place, a major shift, not just any shift, but a major shift. And the last time when I came on live with my mother, we was even talking about keys being released. So this is the month that God is giving you keys. He's giving you access to certain things, but you got to be able to not be comfortable. You have to be able to be in a place in order to receive all those things. But if you're not walking in authority, or you're not walking with healing and strength, you're walking with offense, you won't be able to attain those things. You won't be able to even see what's about to take place or happen in your life. So you want to make sure that you drop every old thing and walk into the new thing. Get rid of all the old things that remind you of the past, the things that you know is not going to go with you to your new season. You have to be able to get prepared for that. That's what you have to do, because what's taking place in your mind, what's taking place in your heart, deep down, you know what you desire to do. You know what you want to do. But if you're not moving forth and going forth and doing everything that you desire to do, who are you? You know, when you leave this earth, when you make a mark, who are you? Were you the one to break generational curses? Was you the one to bring generational wealth to your family? Was you the one to, you know, to do something that you never done before? Were you the one to create? You got to ask yourself, like, man, what am I doing? Life is getting short. Things are happening. People passing away. Like, what are you doing with your life? If you don't do it for anybody else, which you should though, but if you don't do it for anybody else, when you leave this earth, what is God going to say about you? What is other people going to say about you? Like, you want to make sure, like, you got work to do. You got major things to accomplish. You don't have no time to be playing games. Like, this is time for you to do everything that you desire to do. And this is something that I want to make sure that you get everything done. I was just looking at my vision list the other day, like, things been getting check off the list, because it's like, I made up in my mind. That's something that you have to make up in your mind. I made up in my mind, like, wait a minute, I can't go into another year without accomplishing this and that. I can't go into another season, you know, without doing certain things that I know that I wanted to do. So I'm talking to somebody where you know what certain things that you want to do, but you've been sleeping on yourself. And you got to continue. Even if you got to take baby steps, if you got to do things one by one. Some people have the grace to do everything all at once, and some people don't. But if you one of them persons and you're like, wait a minute, I got to be very strategic of how I think. I got to be very strategic of what I post or what I do. You got to be able to prepare yourself of how to go to that next level. What should you do? So with that being said, I want to make sure that to you watching this live on this 8/8, August 8, 2022, this is a day that you got to self-reflect. Just look back on your life of who you were, you know, from your childhood, when you was in elementary school, to when you went to middle school, to high school, if you went to college, to who you are now as an adult. Just take a moment to just sit back and think, like, go down memory lane and look like, man, who was I and who am I now? And if you get a smirk, or if it's something in your belly leap or your heart, you're like, man, I used to be that person, that means you on the right track. But if you get a memory lane, and yeah, something may try to trigger you, you probably be like, man, okay, this happened, this, such and that. But if something happened in you, and you got to be like, man, I miss who I was and so forth, that means you need to get that fuel back. That means you need to get that fire back, because that means you lost yourself. And it's okay, we lose ourselves sometimes. But if you in a place right now and you wishing you went back to that old person, like, every day we're evolving. So every day you have to grow. You know, things gonna change, habits, food, taste, everything change. But if you look back on your old self and you like, man, I miss that little boy, or I miss that little girl, or I miss who I was, you could still become that person, just better and improved. So it's for the person who, you know, you was on your game back then, or you was on your hustle, you was on your grind, or you was about your business back then, but you feel like right now you playing with your life. You got to get in order. You got to get your stuff together. But if you knew back then you was on some other stuff, you probably was acting crazy, you used to argue with people, or you just used to respond differently, but now you see yourself matured and you done level up, then keep going. So it's two different people you're looking at. You're looking at the person who back then they went through a lot, but they're now, it didn't dictate their future. Right now they moving forth. Right now they're doing some good things. And you talking about to the person too who used to do good back then, but now they reverse and they moving backwards. You should not be moving backwards. You should be moving forward. So that's what it's all about. It's all about going forward, going to the next step, going to the next level. So after you reflect and you look at yourself and you be like, man, there's some things that I want to work on and some things that I'm doing. Get yourself to that point. Get yourself to that level. And that's what I came on here to talk to somebody about. I really did. You know, I wasn't going to come on, but I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's do it. And I came on here for August 8th to tell somebody that you got to self-reflect and remember who you were back then and look who you are now. That's the message for today. So I love you guys. Make sure, you know, you want to tune in for level 22 that's taking place on 8/22. That live will be taking place each and every 22nd of the month. I go live. So if you didn't expect me to come on live, I know I didn't post it, announce it, but you can watch the replay. Share this live with someone who just need to be reminded of who they was and who they are now. This is what this live about. It's a self reminder to remind yourself you are blessed and highly favored. Remind yourself that you are the head and not the tail. You have to remind yourself that. You know, move with a pure heart. Make sure your intentions are right. Get yourself together. Stop playing with your life. Left to right, you see people passing. And it bothers me and it hurts me when I see people posting and be like, oh, I was going to help my homegirl start this business. Or we was talking about this. We had plans to do this. We had plans to do that. And now we can't do that. Like, that bothers me to see that. Literally, because it's like you have the opportunity. While you alive, you need to be doing things that people don't have the opportunity to do. So while you have that moment, you living in this breath in your body, and you feel your heart moving, you feel your heart beating, you need to stop playing. You need to stop playing with your life. It's a lot of things you could be doing. It's a lot of things that other people wish they could be doing and they had the opportunity to do, and now they're not even here to fulfill some of them things they wanted to do. So I need you to get yourself together. I need you to level up. I need you to do what you want to do. I need you to do what you're called to do, what God has called you to do. Like you can't leave this earth without fulfilling things. When you leave this earth, you don't want people talking, oh, he said he wanted to do this. Man, I wish he lived longer for he could do this. I wish she lived for she could do this. No. When you leave this earth, you want people to say everything that they said they wanted to do, they did. God had his way, and everything that they wanted to do, they completed, they fulfilled. Assignment completed, mission accomplished. It's not the time for people to be talking about, oh, you wanted to do this, you wanted to do that. No, you need to do it. Everything, to the point you've run out of things. When you look at the vision, you see you completed everything to the point you got to ask yourself and ask God, like, man, what's next? What's next for my life? Everything I said I wanted to do, I did it. Now you got to make some new goals, or the vision got to change where the mission is bigger, or you got to help other people. Because sometimes we work on ourselves, and depending what's your assignment in life, you may be called to certain people, you may be called to help other people to the next level. You got to be able to strategically, literally write down what you're supposed to do. If you got to work on the 3rd or the 4th quarter goal, hey, I need to be working on myself right now. Or for this season, I need to be giving back to the community. I need to be working with the kids. I need to be working with the single mothers. I need to be, like, who are you called to? I need to be working with the families. You got to find your niche, your target audience. Who are you called to? What are you called to do in this season? Who are you called to help in this season? So that's what this live, I was about to say this call, because I usually do one-on-one sessions, you know, with people. If you want a level up call, that link is in my bio, for you can book that. I have a few more slots left for August, but this was the call. This was the call to wake you up. This was a call for you to know, like, your healing is here, your purpose is here, the strength, everything that you need that God is providing you is here. So I want to get off this live right quick. But that's what I came on here to talk to somebody about. I came on here to let somebody know that don't let the dream die. Don't let the vision die. Continue. You have life. You're living purpose. So I don't want you just living life worrying about the bills, worrying about, you know, how you gonna pay your bills, or worrying about just being depressed. You know, you need peace in your life. You need, like, things gonna happen. And I went to a service, and the pastor said, you know, it was like a story he gave where a lady house got on fire. And when they went to the lady house, and they telling her house got on fire, she started jumping. And they like, why you jumping? And like, she was like jumping, like literally praising God. And they're like, your house just got on fire. Like, why you jumping? Like, and what she responded was, jump. I'm jumping because jump. And then they was like, jump. Like, and they was like, do you know what jump mean? And she said, no, do you know what jump mean? And her jump, and the definition of jump was, Jesus, understand my problems. That's what it was. Jesus, understand my problems. So to you watching this live, Jesus understand your problems. Bills may not get paid. Jesus understand your problems. Yes, you still got to do the work now. You still got to pay your bills. If you need to apply for a job, if you need to go hard with your business, whatever that is, God gonna make sure. Yes, he is a provider, but you also have to do the work as well. He understand your problems. You going through, you have some health problems, so forth. Like, in the midst of your problem, you still want to praise God and give him thanks regardless, because in that he can see, he can work with you, he can move in what you're going through. He can move in the midst of everything that's taking place in your life. So you can't afford to let things stop you from going to the next level. You know, you worrying about the court case, jump. Like, he understand your problems. You worrying about different things that's taking place in your life. You worrying about your family, or even you're not even worried about yourself. You worrying for other people. You got other burdens of other people. You moving with a heavy heart. You got expensive pain. That's something that you got to be able to understand. Like, wait a minute, everything I can't do on my own, everything I can't handle by myself. I'm only one person. You know, you can't hold everybody else on top of you. Yes, it comes with it. It comes with the territory of you being a people person, or you trying to be a hero and so forth. Or if you got a voice, some stuff like that do take place. So you may be carrying other people's burdens or other people's problems, but you got to be able to know, like, wait a minute, I can't carry all y'all problems. I can't hold everything. That's the same thing. Like, sometimes the mission is big. Yes, the mission is big to help other people, you know, especially when you know you're called to other people. But when you look at it, right, unless you had a twin, right, when you was born at that hospital, when they put you on a birth certificate, it was your name by yourself. If you look at your bank statement, right, it's your name by yourself. Even when you got your own credit card, unless you added other users to have your credit card, it's your name by yourself. You check your bank account, it's your name by yourself. If you was to go take a test, they're not going to have nobody else take a test for you. It's your name by yourself. So you got to do what God has called you to do. Yes, along the way, you're going to help other people. And that's the goal, because it's bigger than you. You don't want to just be selfish, just working on yourself all the time. You want to be able to help others go to the next level as well. I know I do. I don't know about you, but I know I do. But that's just to remind you, like, wait a minute. You can't be getting stuck on certain things when you know, like, your name is attached to certain things. Your name is attached, so you can't afford to just be doing anything when your name is attached to certain things. Matter of fact, your name usually attached to everything, but you just want to make sure how you carry yourself and what you do before you leave this earth. So I make sure all of you guys watch the replay. Know that your purpose is bigger. Destiny awaits you. Everything that you want to do, get for it, get it started. You know, let's go, let's work, let's love, let's elevate, let's visualize, let's execute, let's lead, let's unite, and let's pray. You know, let's go to the next level. And that's what I came on here to talk about on 8/8. So I'm out. I'll see you guys soon. Make sure, again, join. If you got to do your Level Up one-on-one call, schedule and book that in my link. If you want to be a part of Level Up Mentorship Program, make sure you register and email levelupmentorshipprogram@gmail.com. That way you could be a part of it. But you need somebody to hold you accountable right now. You need somebody to push you to the next level. So if you've been walking with a fence and so forth, sometimes you need that pressure. You know, all pressure is not bad pressure. You need some good pressure too. You need some pressure that's going to push you. And that's what it's all about. You need pressure to push you. Because if you don't have that pressure, you'll stay stuck in the same place that you were in from the beginning to start with. So with that being said, I'm out, y'all. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Make sure y'all update me if this message bless you or so forth. You want to share something, you can inbox me or even comment down below in the comments and you know, write what you thought about this message or what did you get from this message and so forth. So I'll talk to you guys later, y'all. Make sure y'all level up. Bye. Love you.